Tutors of Life podcast, episode 79?
80.
Episode 80. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam.
And this is Ryan Gray.
Nice.
You still forgot.
Yeah. So this is going to be a tutor episode, and we research life so you can have a fulfilled life. Boom.
You really should just do it before you say your name.
I'll start doing it before I say my name.
Oh, okay. We're working on it, guys.
All right.
Ryan's here.
I am here.
He's joining us, and it's going to be a good one.
It is going to be a good one. No one really watches our YouTube videos. I can tell because
We don't have any views.
we have 0 views. But if you look at it, we have a different background. And we're in a different room.
Yeah, we moved down to the basement and have a different backdrop now.
And a different table.
And a different table, and we actually get to use our mic stands again. It's just a lot of good stuff. And Mimi is trying to get a toy on top of the book stand.
Yep.
Okay. What
Fun
else?
stuff.
Yeah, it's good times. Oh, hey, Sam.
What?
Bought a Corvette yesterday.
We did buy a Corvette.
It was an accident.
It was not an accident.
It wasn't an accident.
We waited a whole week to go get it.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about it? Because you love talking about cars on this podcast.
I'll just do it quick. So it's like a lot more original than our other one. And I saw it for sale, and I was the first one to message him, so I got dibs. Thankfully, the guy was a stand-up guy and let me have first go at it. So it's a lot more original, so that's why I liked it. And after driving it, I'm like, I don't really want my other one because this is just a lot nicer. It's just like cleaner, you know?
It's so much cleaner. Ah.
So anyhow, Mimi's attacking Ryan. But yeah, I like the Corvette. I'm happy with it. So if anyone wants a 74 Corvette, let me know. I'll be selling one.
Yes.
What's the price, Shaun?
$8,000.
Chill.
$8,000 if you want it. Okay.
Free test drives?
Of course.
Obvi.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got, Sam? What do we got today?
We're kind of going to piggyback off of what we talked about at the end of Friday's episode.
Yeah, yep.
Oh my gosh.
This dog is fucking wild.
Yep, she loves when we have guests.
Okay. All right, so we're going to talk about the beginning phases of a business and why, or like what is most important, which is
I thought we were talking about the middle part.
Well, we got to talk about the beginning to get to the middle.
We've talked about the beginning.
Yeah, we're going to do it again.
Okay, fine.
Because you can't, the main part of a business is just making sure it's viable and running before you can really worry about a lot of the fine details.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to get rolling.
I think we're going to use stable living as a example quite a bit.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Your business is a good business to use.
Because we grew it from nothing.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
Now you get to grow it from where it's at. And that'll be also fun.
Sure.
All right, Ryan, what do you got for us? What are you thinking about that so far?
I would say, I guess just for the beginning, which me and Shaun talked about this at our mastermind kind of, but just building the foundation, really making sure that there's customers for what you need, I think is the big one.
Yep.
Just kind of finding that need in an industry, which in construction for your business now is pretty self-explanatory. Everybody needs that.
Yep.
So I'd say just finding that customer base and then just trying to, basically figure out the little intricate things to make sure you can actually perform the service.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, having the level of skill set to make sure you can perform what the market needs.
Yeah, and then making sure that you can make money off of the business so that you can keep it growing.
Yeah, I love it. And that's fluid though. That's with I would say our first year, year and a half with stable living was just figuring out what was going to be what the numbers were going to be that would work for us to profit and where wages would have to be set, what our rates would have to be, things like that. And that's the same thing with construction. We're just hey, we'll try a job, we'll bid it at this. Okay, what's money look like making there? Okay, well, we might need to up rates here. We can keep rates here the same. Oh, we went a little high here. But yeah, just figuring out what the whole profiting is kind of fluid in the first beginning stages, I would say.
Mm-hmm. And then you can also figure out if your service is better than others, because then you can also like raise your prices if you're giving a better service.
100%. Yeah.
So that's kind of like what we've been telling Carly at Mastermind, because she uses better products than other places for some of her stuff, but she still has her prices
like the same.
The same. So she's not making as much money as those other places because her product is more expensive. So like we told her, if you have a better service, like you can charge more money.
Yeah.
So yeah, figuring out that stuff.
For sure.
It's fun.
Yeah, finding that niche customer probably would be the big thing.
A niche customer would be a very good thing.
Or just your customers in general. Like for her, it's that higher probably, or people that want higher quality, so they'll be willing to pay more.
Yep.
So figuring that out.
Yeah.
And like you guys at Stable Living figured out, like you didn't want elderly.
Yeah.
And then you kind of geared towards the behavioral, and then now you're kind of steering a little more away from, or not behavioral, correctional. There it is.
Yeah. Little away from
A
correctional.
little steering away from correctional after a few fun adventures.
Correctional, I feel like, just has such a high turnover rate.
It does.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's how it should be.
It is.
Because in reality, you should be helping them
Progress and transition out.
right, transition into normal life again.
Which I think was that we really made our name for ourselves at the beginning, taking those clients and really be like, hey, we can do it all. And then after a while, we're like, okay, why does no one take these people? Well, it's because they don't work out and you can't really make it long term. So.
Yeah.
It was a good way, though, to get, like, established and get the name and people know that we're, like, a reputable company, you know.
And we definitely had some fun experiences with some of them.
Oh, yeah.
I love it, dude. One of them called me the other day. It was so fun.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, Ryan, you already know.
Oh, gosh.
Call me. I'm just like, I love it, man. I love it. He's like, what's Ryan's number? I'm like, I'll do you one better. Here's Ryan's and Cody's.
Please tell me he's gonna call Cody.
You
I
told
would
him your
love
mom
that.
moved out of the basement.
Oh, hey,
no.
we got room.
No.
I would allow that to happen.
I honestly was so afraid that he would just show up at our house one day.
No, it might happen.
No,
It
he
might.
lives in South Dakota now. Okay.
All right.
Not in the same
Wait, let's
state.
leave it there. 'Cause
That's
probably,
it.
Yeah.
Then we get too far. Yeah, that's funny.
Yep.
Good times.
Ugh. But so I mean, you've kind of found your niche market now. Like you like the behavioral ones.
And the DD, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
more disabled, I think.
Yeah.
Which just no physical behaviors. That's our big thing now.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Those guys they're like a lot more fun to hang out with.
They are.
and growth wise, just I mean, when you have those behavioral people, it takes a lot more training to train your team. Where now, if we want to grow and get big, we can not do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Clients that are
Yeah, because you guys haven't had to do like extensive CPI anymore and stuff.
no. Yeah.
That's nice. It's a lot less
A lot less of a headache.
time and cost for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, niche, knowing your niche. That is though, like, right, it took like 4 years to dial in a niche
Yeah.
for stable living. So I mean, having an idea of what you're doing, but they say that like they say it's kind of like until you make your first million, you say yes to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you made your first million, then you have to start saying no to everything.
And that was like, I mean, when you guys first started, like they literally told you have to take every
Yeah.
client they offer you
Yeah.
because that was the only way to get into it.
Yeah, I really like that. The whole say yes to everything. I think a lot of new business owners at the beginning they try to do it their way, and it's like that might work, but at the same time, if you do say no a lot, you might not have any customers. So.
You're limiting yourself way too much to begin with until you can
Right.
get a good name out there.
And that's kind of what you're doing right now too, Shaun.
Yeah, I'm switching to that because I was like, oh yeah, I'm only gonna flip and burr, and then I was like, no, I just gotta say yes to a lot of stuff to get a good name, and then I can do the stuff I want to do. But until then, I kind of just gotta do a lot of stuff, which is fine. I don't mind it. We know how to do it all, so why not, right?
Right.
Except exterior stuff. Ugh. There's just so many
No
variables.
siding one day.
I don't know. It would be
Maybe?
fun. Maybe. There's just a lot. I don't know. There's a lot of variables with that. I feel like,
Could
but
Gibby always help? Because Gibby does siding, doesn't he?
oh yeah.
So you could always like work with Gibby for a little bit
Yeah.
to learn some stuff.
I'm sure you guys have said this, but Shaun, do you want to break down maybe like what your niche is now and like what you think your customer base would be on both sides?
Yeah, so what I like, what Kyle and I kind of want to focus on is really like a unit turnover sort of deal, or updates in houses. So focusing on the prettying of stuff, so floors, trims, paints, a lot less of the structural stuff and more of like prettifying everything.
Yeah, no more mustard yellow.
No more. That was an accident. I tell you what, dude, those freaking colors on the sticks turn out way different than they do on the
I don't know.
walls.
I don't think you should do a yellow in a house anyways.
Yeah.
Unless if like Kyle and Katie, they have yellow on their bedroom, but like that like matches their like theme for their bedroom. That's fine. But when you have, and it's just one wall now.
Yeah, we're gonna actually switch to this thing from like there's a TikTok on it. It's like an off-white, but depending on the lighting, it either looks like tan or a gray or a cream. And so I'm like, oh, that will go really good in a lot of places.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I guess so that's like our niche in that market. And then flips, dude, we pretty much take anything except massive reconstruction. We'll move a wall or two. And then we'll do like a full gut job. But there's one we're looking at right now that would take full gut interior and exterior and redone. It's like, dude, that would be a freaking headache.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at now.
Are you staying just like in Eau Claire and Chippewa?
Oh, for like work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not for like, I guess not for properties, like our properties we get. But as far as like our work, yeah.
Mm. So is that the beginning part of the business?
Yeah, that's going to be the beginning part. I don't know, it'd be nice to build out a little team to focus on that, allowing Kyle and I to focus more on the properties and stuff, flips and burrs and whatnot. Because, yeah, so I guess our big thing is we're going to be doing flips and burrs, and then interior renovations, unit turnovers, things like that.
Yeah.
Yep. So it'd be nice to have a team. Our idea is to build as we have the work, build a team. So then hopefully we can have a team just doing unit turnovers.
Yeah.
Down the line.
Sounds like property management.
Oh my god, dude! I would be pretty much property management without the.
So Ryan does the tenant side,
Damn,
then Shaun does the
bro.
maintenance side, and then Bill's out the maintenance. Sounds like a great idea, but we can move on.
That is, dude. I will be honest. That is tempting. That is tempting. I don't. Yeah, that's tempting.
Just gotta have Kyle answer the maintenance calls. And I'll answer all the rest.
There we go. I think that'd be a pretty easy role to put, like, because I mean, right now, dude, just any office admin takes calls about maintenance, and then they just send it to a maintenance guy, and the maintenance guy has to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I might have hired Jordan, so
That'd be super cool, dude. Well, that's maintenance god right there, right?
no.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
maybe, I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. I think Jordan can do anything she wants to do.
She might need some training to its own improvement.
Oh, yeah, she's a stud. No, that'd be a good one. That'd really help. But then, if we did that, we'd have to get a brokerage. So who's getting their realtor license?
That's the big question. Sam.
Oh, babe. Her personality type is selling.
Oh.
I don't even want to sell it. I just want someone to figure out the brokerage, and then there's systems and brokerages.
Dude,
a lot of them.
I will tell you, it was always my goal to own a brokerage.
I have never heard that from you.
I wanted to own two things. This was like 5 years ago. I was like, I want to own a fucking brokerage and a CPA firm. No reason why. I just thought it'd be awesome.
I, once again, have never heard that.
That
ever.
was before Ryan and Sam. I just thought it'd be cool. Because I was like, dude, CPAs are smart, right? Accounting's fun, I thought. And,
So Sam has the brokerage.
yeah.
Eva has the CPA firm.
There we go.
Shaun runs the maintenance and turnovers.
Hey, it would kind of be like what I wanted.
And Ryan does what he does now, and that'd be dealing with tenants.
Dude, and actually, Eva, because doesn't Eva really want to do vacation rentals too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. We're all
There
set.
we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that shit's cool.
And then we could have Laura manage our
Airbnbs.
Yeah.
Oh, we were supposed to meet with her this week.
That'd be a good team.
You never told me.
No, I know. I forgot to message her.
I would say, though, the main thing with that, like property management, I think that'd be like a good example with a business that, like, your goal is to provide as much value, which probably will lead to money, but at the same time, like, there's properties and a lot. Like we were talking, me and Shaun, like, property management will lead you to other opportunities because you're managing everybody's property, and if you do a good job, well, who are they going to sell their property to one day?
Right.
That's so true, yeah. Yeah, because isn't that how CVPM, how they have gotten a lot of their properties?
I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean, dude, we've talked about that with property managers. It's not that you don't really make money property managing. You pretty much break even. It's the referrals you get, the value you bring, the control you have, stuff like that.
Unit turnovers, you might make money.
Dude, I'm going to fucking tell you, they make money on unit turnovers because I see what they charge, and it's like right in line with what I charge, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that is our profit margin. Like that is right. So the only thing I wonder with those unit turnovers, dude, I know some of my floors aren't that level, and I didn't get charged for floor leveling, and I'm like, I know you didn't level the floors, you know? Mm-hmm. And so...
Probably not.
No, I've been starting to think about that, is like, depending on the level of unit, and depending on how long we plan to hold a unit, actually spending an extra, like, $1,000. No, it'd actually be probably like $2,000 to level the floors, and put like 1/4-inch subfloor down over the level of floors, then doing glue down instead of vinyl plank. You could take a property that's got a 10-year lifespan and boost it to a 20-year just like that.
That's so true.
And so we were kind of talking about that, like, dude, depending on what kind of level properties you have, that could really be the ticket to spend $2,000 more, and then you're just set up. Because those glue downs, if a tenant destroys 1 or 2 or 3 pieces, you just take a heat gun, heat it up, peel that one out, reapply glue, stick a new one down.
That's nice.
Where all the vinyl, because you and I have been doing vinyl plank and everything, that happens, dude. You pretty much got to tear out the vinyl plank. You're screwed. And most companies are using vinyl plank right now. And so I'm like, damn, dude, that would actually, the glue down and spending that little extra time and money might be really beneficial.
So when we go to Logan's event, we should really make sure we look at, because he has like one flooring, one everything that he uses for his turnovers. So maybe, I'm not sure if he has it mastered since he probably hasn't had him on there for 20 years. But
right, yeah, and I mean, that's just hearsay. Who knows if that's the actual length? But I like talked to the guys at Carpet City and stuff, and looked at some of them, and we're like, damn, dude, these glue down products. The thing with the glue down though is you got to have a really good surface, and most of the stuff we're buying doesn't have a good surface. So you have to make a good surface, you know.
That's
makes
probably
sense.
That's the huge difference. Is like you're spending extra money because you have to make that surface.
So is this going to be a construction podcast?
Nope, sorry. On to the next. That's my bad.
So the beginning part about making business is finding your niche and making money.
Yep.
And like reinvesting your money.
Yep.
Customers.
So the niche.
For sure.
Yep.
So then we move into, right, like a middle stage, which is going to be you have to have a surplus of value and systems to build off of that foundation you originally set up.
So that's kind of what we were talking about on Friday,
was
like the middle part of business. Like, so once you're making money, once you've like grown,
figured out the business,
then you can start focusing on bringing value, which the money follows the value you bring.
Yep.
So like we're saying, like with Carly, like she has lots of customers that come back because she uses better product.
Yes.
So because she has that value, the money will follow. If she, raises her prices, the money will still keep coming.
Absolutely, because she's bringing, because you can raise prices and you can have higher prices as long as the value is there. If you don't got that stuff, then.
And like right now, Shaun is kind of in the next step of like creating those systems too. And that's what I did for Stable Living when I started working there too.
I would say the medium part of the business, if you want to make it big, you have to break down everything, because otherwise as it scales, there's no way for you to replicate what you're doing as you add employees, which even right now, like at Stable Living, we're learning that every home's different. Even though we have the same system, everything kind of gets changed over. We lose things in communication. So breaking down everything you do so that you can scale at that medium point, because otherwise you're not going to scale without that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So yeah, and it's really helped Shaun and I since we hired our little office assistant.
Love it.
We've been having to write things down and like make those processes so she can just look at them when we teach her.
Yes, because I'm not the best teacher without something to guide me in my teachings. Because I'll just go like, oh, and then this is what I do, and this is what I do.
Or the other day, he was just doing it and not speaking any words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you should just be able to follow what I'm doing, right? Because that's how everyone learns. No, it's dumb. But yeah, so if you have a step-by-step on a sheet, then she'll be like, oh, this is what you're doing, this is what you're doing.
Because then you can like go through the sheet with them while you're doing the steps.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like a major like middle point that needs to be done is creating those systems.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of companies hit that stage.
I didn't know when you hit 50 employees, like you have to have policies for everything. I didn't know that.
I guess I didn't know that either.
HR becomes a big thing at 50, I know.
Yeah.
Healthcare.
Health
Yeah.
Insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you have to do FMLA and stuff like that too.
Ryan, I've got an even better idea for you.
Oh, boy.
If you just started a hospital, you could provide health care to everyone.
Long-term goals.
Oh, okay.
Long.
Okay.
Long. Cody says 5 years. I say by the end of my life, but...
Dude. I mean, if you could open a hospital by the end of your life, you're doing pretty good.
I would hope so.
I'm talking about a fucking hospital. I'm not talking about like a clinic.
I know.
That'd be crazy, dude. That'd be crazy.
Oh, see,
I think a good way or a good niche for that would be having like an affordable hospital. Because right now there's markups of like 1,000% on everything. So if you had a hospital where like your markups were only 100%, dude, oh my god, the amount of customers you would get, and and the amount of like praise you'd get for like, oh yeah, we provide this where we only get 100% profit instead of 1,000% profit.
I think it's a good idea. I just don't know how that would all come together. But
yeah, I think you wouldn't be able to like bill through insurance too, though.
That actually might be a thing because what is it?
You might get a lot of hospitals coming after you.
Yeah, I mean,
you'd actually probably get shot. You would get shot, dude. You would be killed. They'd be like, all right, dickhead, we've all had a fucking handshake agreement for the past 50 years that we charge whatever the hell we want. You're messing this up.
Isn't it like Mark Cuban?
Mark Cuban.
Yeah, he like started his like pharmacy with like cheaper medications and
he
stuff.
Started a pharmacy with a 10% markup. There's only a 10% markup off cost.
What's that called? Like Good RX or something? I don't know.
Is that what it
I think
is?
It's actually pretty big. I'm not sure.
I think it's like open and running now too.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's freaking. You got to think, dude. A lot of these things, the cost is like a couple bucks, and they're charging $80 a bottle.
Yeah, we were talking to our friends who their dad is a
veterinarian.
Yeah, veterinarian.
Yeah.
And he was like telling them, and they were telling us, like the prices he gets these medications for.
Dude, there's like a 1,600% markup on one of
just from
things,
like
dude.
Veterinarians.
Yeah,
it's
I'm like,
insane.
what? And then you take the same thing and put it in humans, and it's like a 3,200% markup. It's like, dude, what?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Which is why we started taking Mimi to a vet outside of Eau Claire. And their prices are so much cheaper.
Dude, it's just the medications are half the price. It's insane. It's crazy. Yeah, dude, it's interesting. That's a.
But it goes to show, like, I mean, they're bringing good value. Like, they are a really good vet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure more people go to them because they charge less money.
Right. Well, and they still do a good job.
And they still do their job. I'd say they actually do a better job.
Oh, for
They've handled Mimi so much better than the stupid vets in Eau Claire.
I think that goes to show, though, like a company that's growing to grow compared to a company that's, like, growing for the customer. Mm-hmm. So one's for... they're both for profit, right? But you can clearly tell one is to like really take advantage of the market, and the other one is to provide value.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty clear to see.
So medium-sized businesses. What else?
Medium size.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would say core team members, really trying to like build up like a strong foundation of team members that, I mean, you always have people coming and going, but that team at the medium size, I think, matters a lot more because, I mean, a few people leave and then you're back focusing on surviving versus the system that you're trying to create so you can scale.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So a few trusting people, and then building around them, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Investing in them.
Yeah, I think a good team is crucial at a medium stage if you want to. Because you need... It's like that traction we talked to. There's like... You have essentially 4 or 5 key team members. And without those 4 or 5 key team members, it's falling on someone else and you're not able to grow the way you should. Yeah.
So system, team members. I would say the other thing, I mean, not for stable living as much because our customers are like, they don't have enough homes at all. But that medium size to get to the large size, like for you, building that brand probably in that medium size so that like, you know, that customers are always coming in. Because even though there's an overload in construction,
Yeah.
I'm sure, you know, keeping multiple crews busy all the time would be pretty difficult without a brand.
Yeah, and actually I was talking to some people about that, and right now the market's so hot that I even talked to the guy at Carpet City about that. The market's so hot right now, like he's like, yeah, we'll just hire anyone. But when the market slows down, the only way you're going to keep getting work is if you provide better value than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even really about prices. It's like, do you give the best work?
Mm-hmm. And you like have like with social media now too. If you do a shitty job, people will blast you on
Bro.
Facebook.
Dude, Facebook Marketplace destroys people.
Oh my gosh, I've seen, especially this past like year or two, I've seen so many people just call out these construction companies or construction guys for doing shitty jobs.
So branding, I would say, is key. Branding's really good.
Yeah, and like right now I'm like working on a website for Tutor home improvement as well.
Yeah.
Or if you end up changing the name down the road.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You should get going on Google reviews.
Dude, I really need to. Want to write a review for me?
Is it on Google?
Not yet.
We got to make a business first.
You should go to Dan for that, for help probably. Not
Yeah, dude, I did talk to Dan about that stuff. He's, that's his wheelhouse.
Because
For
if
sure.
you could get someone just to type in like rental construction, Toots Home Improvement pops up.
Unit turnover, rental construction, anything like that, yeah. Yeah, that'd be really good, actually. Truth, because you and I have talked about that a lot. Most construction companies, they are construction guys who were laborers and were like, I'm going to go do this on my own because I can make more money. They're not business-minded people. And so if you can have essentially somebody caring to the customer with a business mind, the potential is so much greater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think, someone that's focusing just on the business itself. It depends on your goals, I guess, but if you want to get big in construction, you need someone like that's just business, and then someone that's just crew, I think, at some point. But
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Shaun has been trying to figure out, because he wants to do like just lead gen, but at the same time, like if he's helping Kyle, then work gets done faster.
And it's kind of fun. I like going and working sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, at the level you're at, that probably would be okay, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And it's probably going to end up being me down the road. Once I quit my full-time job, then I can actually focus on Tutors of Life and Tutor home improvement
Dude,
more.
It's crazy to see what the growth, like what the potential in a construction market is, because like the little companies are just kind of like one-off guys, and then you build it to like, what I've seen with a few is like when you have a couple crews, it seems to be a pretty solid company where they stay busy all the time. Once you build out to like a whole team and you have a big company, dude, the projects you're bidding out to keep your guys busy. I was just talking to one of my friends who works for a company. There was $1 million project. They won the bid by $700.
Oh.
So you're talking about $1 million project, and they won the bid by $700.
You can't tell me they didn't know what the other bid was.
Of course, you can't tell me. Absolutely. But, like, dude, right now,
that's crazy. Just
on a fucking roofing project, I will get bids anywhere from $8,000 to $30,000 for a roof. And that's for, like, a couple-man crew. And I just look at that, and I'm like, okay, we're talking about a $22,000 discrepancy. How, when we're talking about $1 million in big companies, are we talking about a $700 discrepancy? That is crazy competitive.
Mm-hmm. That is insane.
And so, but yeah, I don't know. That's one thing I think about is, like, would I want to get as big as somebody like that? Because just the headache to keep guys busy is almost like detrimental to the company. If you can really have a strong company with a few crews, then you can just provide such a good value, and you just have a good, solid company.
Which I feel like your niche would probably have to change a lot to get big, because I'm sure, like, the big jobs aren't going to be unit turnover. It's going to be build this new building for me.
Yeah,
100%. So, like, you'd almost have to have someone that's an expert in that you just,
Yeah.
Which Shaun's seen a little bit of that working with our friend Nate.
Yeah.
But he builds
houses.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen some of that with, like, that, but, dude, I couldn't imagine.
Build me a hospital.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I couldn't imagine, like, a market in Johnson going from, like, a residential build, and even residential build like that is like, wow, there's a good amount of detail in this that you gotta, you have to know. But then to go to, like, big commercial apartment complex, fucking, dude, you're talking ground up, that whole project, holy man, I couldn't imagine what that even looks like.
Right.
That's insane.
Plus, imagine how much you would have to just know to, like, because of those inspectors, like, the city, like, the things that we were learning at, like, the last Whiskeria,
man.
Oh, my golly.
Yeah, and those projects take a few years for one of those projects to be completed.
Yeah, because you, have to go through the approval process, because sometimes they don't approve it, like, at a meeting. Like, you have to wait till the next month.
Get all the permits. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, so I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if that's my if I'm interested in that at all. I could maybe, like, do that for, like, projects.
Property management.
I could do that for, like, maybe if I had somebody build me something, or I, like, oversaw a project for my personal stuff, but I don't think I would want to take a business in that route.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of other things I would want to do to take a business somewhere than there.
The reason why I keep saying that is I just think of Logan Rakin and how many buildings he's able to acquire because of that, and how many unit turnovers he could probably do. I
would love to see, because for something like that and the control, I'm super excited to go watch Logan to learn about the control aspect and, like, the system aspect, because it's absolutely true. If we were acquiring a property and we knew, so say we had 500 properties under our control, right? And we just know, I need to have a crew of 6 guys, 8 guys, 2 for maintenance, and then 4 for unit turnovers or whatever. And we know we have 500 units, and that's consistent. We always have unit turnovers. And then you just know, I got to have a couple guys in the office or a couple guys, whatever, for staff. I think that becomes a very stable business, as long as you're treating your customers right? Because if you treat people like shit and you get 50 units pulled, that's going to affect you. But if you're providing that value and being very upfront with everything you're doing, we're going to put this floor in and do this, it's going to be $2,000 more, but you're never going to have to worry about that for the rest of the life of your property. And I think the explanation would turn a lot of customers on. Yeah. Like presenting them with 2 offers, saying an email, hey, we have a unit turnover. We can do it for $3,000, or we can do it for $5,000, and this is what you get. Or you can do it yourself, and you might be out a couple months of rent. What would you like to do?
Right.
You
I
know.
feel like the only issue is, like we were discussing this the other day with the property man. Wait, we're back on, not on the same topic.
That's all right. That's all right. This is more fun.
But like they're like, and maybe it's something when you sign like a contract with the company, then like they can decide then and there, like if they want those options. Because
Yeah.
like we signed a contract with our company, and pretty much it's so like we just want them to leave us alone. Like
Yeah.
they make the decisions.
Except for big.
Yeah.
Except for like remodels, rehabs, shit like that, kind of just leave us alone.
Yeah.
But we're even seeing with that like, fuck, that adds up. Getting left alone adds up.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, but
yeah, I mean that's usually what people sign up for when they get a property management company.
right.
So if you wanted to do that, it'd probably be something right from the get go. You would tell them like, hey, do you want us to just leave you alone completely, or do you want us to like let you know if something's going to cost more than like $5,000?
I think a lot of people think that. I think a lot of people say that. But then when they see that they lost money in a month, then they're like, oh, wait a second. That would have been really cool to know I was going to lose money this month.
Right. That's true.
Because a lot of people are going to be open to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, yeah, if I know, hey, just so you know, you're not going to make money this month because of this, this, and this, you'd be like, oh, okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But when you just get your statement in,
Yeah.
and you lost money, and you go, wait a second, holy shit, that'd have been great to know I couldn't count on this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that I think also is building out the middle part of a company and the value. Like, yes, a customer might say this, but have we had customers get upset with it in the past?
Right.
Or whatever. Or like, just a quick email halfway through the month. Hey, check it out. This is coming up, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that.
And plus the goal with property management is to be probably pretty passive and not have to do anything. So that's more of a, what do you want to do with your investment and your time kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
right, I would say personally, the only reason why I'm going down the road of that right now, which could very much change, is because my goal is to manage my asset to make more money to leverage into more assets.
Yeah.
So if I don't have really hard control on my asset, how am I going to maximize it?
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
But we'll see.
And I suppose if you're if you're partnering with other people for a property management company, that's not as bad.
Agreed.
It would be a team. It'd be a team effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of just making it your own thing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, like me personally, even if I do the property management side one day and like grow that out, I'm probably going to hire someone, either Shaun or someone like Shaun, to be on the team that's going to run the maintenance and turnover team one day. Because I don't want to do that. I'm not good at that.
right.
But
I didn't even realize, too, how good GT is, because you and Eva are obviously gray. Shaun and I are tutors. Kyle and Katie are also tutors if we had them join.
Literally. Why do you think Ryan and I invented that?
oh yeah,
That's literally why we invented that company.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Then we can only, like, if anybody wants to partner in, they have to have last names starting with G or T. Nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. You're automatically banned.
Yep.
Peasant.
no more partners. But yeah,
Yeah, dude, no, I hear you. Yeah, I don't know. I would, partners I would keep at a minimum. Min-imum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what else do you got for middle part of business? So systems?
I would think a culture, a company
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which, does that kind of go with your brand? Or are you talking about, like, culture, like, with your employees?
I would say both. Yeah. Internal wise, your company culture and how that's supposed to
Yeah.
flow and work.
And that's, like, with my full-time job, that's kind of why I, like, went back.
Mm-hmm.
Was because I love the culture. Like, I love the people I work with. We get to do fun things all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because of COVID, we didn't get to as much.
Mm-hmm.
But it is, like, a good culture.
Yeah, because that's separate from your company's brand.
100%.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I would say that's probably the hardest, one of the hardest parts to create.
Uh-huh.
I would think so.
It creates itself, and
Yeah.
it's hard, especially as like in my standpoint, being the owner. It's hard to create that because that separation from employee to owner. I'm sure, like at your company, your culture is made probably by not just your owners, probably everyone.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is from, like, things the owners, like, supply. So, And we have like a Christmas party and a family picnic in the summer. We get T-shirts every year. And we do like some fun things throughout the year. So we'll have like pizza parties or.
I would also say for that aspect, what's really appealing about a company like that, and I've thought about companies like that to run, is like you get the team aspect where everybody's in a warehouse and you have the teams, you have the managers, but you still get to see other teams and managers throughout the day. Where like stable living, you don't. There's individual houses. You don't see that stuff. You don't get that big team involvement. And same with the construction company. You once you have crews and stuff going out, you don't really have that team. Where like that is one thing I really, really like about doing some sort of company like Gold Star is the team building you'd get. Everybody the culture, right, would be so much easier to create a culture in that environment. That everybody enjoys going to work, and you can get rid of your people that don't fit so much easier.
Oh yeah.
Because you could see it in a matter of a couple months. Hey, are these a good culture fit? If they're not a good culture fit, you can talk to them about change, or they have to move on.
That's kind of why I really like the idea of expanding Tutors of Life, because we could do that more.
Could be that, yeah. That's a good point.
Especially if we like eventually do apparel, and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, that is hard with stable living. I mean, I remember when we did the Christmas party though. That was so much fun, and I think it was like your employees really enjoyed like getting to see everyone and meet everyone, and you got to have the residents come and join too.
Yeah, I would say our hardest thing now is the separation from in workers in the home and then the office workers, and that kind of like trying to make it so everyone's on a team, like we actually like care about each other and understand like our positions, because a lot of it's a disdain, I would say, for that separation. Like so
yeah, absolutely.
But culture-wise, I would say like all those parties and stuff really help a lot. But at the same time, like when you went to a Menards party or something, like that's a lot different than I'm sure a Gold Star party. Like
there's something.
Yeah.
Dude, actually, I don't know. Because, like, at least because I worked in the warehouse at Menards. And so when we would have the little parties, you just hung out with the guys that you hung out in the warehouse with every day. And Gold Star's kind of like that, too, because it's the same people you're hanging out with them and their spouses. So, I mean, it's almost like a bigger scale thing.
I think now, like, the bigger you get, that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Because, like, our first Christmas party we went to for Gold Star was not that way. We talked to everyone.
Yeah.
And now, like, Gold Star...
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah. Because now that Gold Star, also, we have 2 different warehouses.
Yeah.
So, we pretty, like... Everyone in my warehouse kind of hangs out with each other, and everyone in the other warehouse kind of hangs out with each other.
That's a really good point.
We don't really intermingle. We intermingled quite a bit at Hunters Get Together.
Yeah, you kind of... It does... I mean, as you grow, you kind of just fall into your teams.
Yeah. And I think as long as, like, you make sure your teams do things together, I think that helps. Yeah. Right? Like, I don't think you... And that's how Gold Star is. Like, each team has, like, their own personal budget per quarter. So, like, I mean, we group ourselves a lot with CS, customer service, just because there's only 3 of them. And so we'll, like, go to Cancun together. We'll get coffee together. Like, we'll go do things as, like, a group of us.
And think of how much easier that is to get a team together compared to a company together.
Right, 100%.
Yeah.
So maybe you could always, like, try that, Ryan. I mean, I know it's hard for you, too.
Yeah, I like that idea, because I think a lot of the times, like, we try to fit everybody into everything, and, having that home 1 team go do something once in a while, home 3 go do something, or office go do something together. I mean, that's your team, where when you get really big, sometimes, like, negativity can get brought in through 1 or 2 areas, and
dude, I would
bring you down.
I would think another problem is, like... You have home 3, which is nothing like a home 2, and they start talking about, like, their house and how they do things, and that can bring a lot of like, hey, no, we are nothing alike.
No.
Yeah.
Like we might have the same systems, but our culture's nothing alike.
No.
Right.
And you can't even, when they try to compare that, that's not healthy either.
And you could always maybe compare like two similar houses.
Yeah.
If you wanted like a little bit bigger of a group and to try and intermingle people. It's just so hard since you have to have someone working 24/7.
Very hard.
That's really difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
But I don't know.
Challenges, fun challenges.
Yeah. Yeah, culture's a good one. I don't really think about culture very much.
Man, that's all I think about.
I'm not surprised. No, it's
Nah,
not.
no, it's not.
None.
No, you want to have some kind of job where you can whip shitties in a Porsche and
Dude,
make money off of it.
I tell you, that is like, I watched, Rob Bailey had a TV show years ago, and like their company culture, like you'd see them like working during the day doing that stuff, and then like at lunch or whatever, they would just fuck off and do stuff because they're all in one warehouse. And I was like, that'd be a lot of fun. Like, so you got that. It's just so easy to do that when everyone's together.
Yeah.
But the businesses we have, that doesn't really work. Tutors of Life could go into that though.
They could.
For sure.
We need a warehouse now.
Yeah, a warehouse would be cool. I don't
Ryan,
know
find
where
us a
my-
warehouse.
Where my
Maybe foundation first for this one.
Oh yeah, good call. Good call. Good call.
No.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Sam.
foundation. Thank you,
No.
Ryan.
Oh,
I
no,
just
we
want
need,
a big
no.
warehouse
We
to
need a
fuck
warehouse
off in.
for Toots Home Improvement too, though.
I mean, we don't need one, but it'd be super nice to have a big area. Well, where am I going to store all these cars? Where am I
Exactly.
gonna store all these cars?
No,
man?
we
Maybe.
definitely need one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have one, but not massive, because like I know what it costs to heat a big warehouse, and that's a lot more than mortgage. So,
So we should honestly probably build one and put in-floor heating in.
no, because that's even way more.
Is it?
Fuck, to build?
Oh, well, I was talking about like heating-wise. Like, you save money on heating-wise.
Heating-wise, you save money.
Yeah.
Long-term, you save money, but you have to have such a huge capital up front. And you know that, oh yeah, we don't get to use this for 3 years.
We just need to get land, and then we can just build it in 2-3 years.
Then you're 6 years out.
Step by step, I guess.
Oh, my
Foundation. I love the foundation idea.
Whatever.
Cool.
Got anything else? Middle part of business?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the middle
There's a lot.
part, a lot, but
Yeah.
I mean, I think really building out, and it's hard to say because like, what point is an HR person needed? What point, like all these intricate things. That's like, to me, that's a large business when you have to have departments that are not just workers and managers.
Yeah.
But we're to the point now where it's like we almost need to break stuff up. And like our next hire after Cody, like our big thing now is like, well, what is like, is he going to be operations or is he going to be managing top people and they go someone else's behaviors and working directly with the
Right.
clients and
Right.
managers and like breaking all those jobs up,
Yeah. Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
sales. And I mean, I'm sure with like Gold Star, someone goes and buys everything, but they don't worry about anything other than that and all those different
That's true.
jobs.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the middle point of the company for sure. Just more building out the team into those intricate roles
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
where they best fit.
And like deciding where you fit in, like as an
Cool.
owner.
Mm-hmm.
that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because like that's kind of how you are. Like
Oh.
there parts of your team want you to be involved,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like most companies, they get to a
Yeah.
point and the owners aren't really involved anymore. Like they'll oversee
Yeah.
everything, and
Yeah.
The thing I've noticed is like after Shaun left, we were in a good point for a little bit.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times with like that owner mentality until you have that manager that can do it. Like if something starts failing in your, let's say your bicycle, like unless you have a really good operations manager, like no one, unless he's a go-getter killer, like who's going to go fix that bicycle?
Yeah.
right.
And that's almost, yeah, because then it shows like every time the company's not doing good, then the owner's involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which
So-
I mean, for some businesses, that could be for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So I think, I mean, also training that operations manager or just hiring an expert stud that knows how to do it.
Mm.
Like right now, Cody's good, but at the same time, we've never ran into a lot of the issues we run into.
So a CEO, right?
Yeah.
That is like the oversight, the visionary, the progressing, just like the overall looking at the whole company picture and going like, where are we going and how are we going to get there?
Mm-hmm.
And then the operations manager or the COO takes the shit from the CEO and goes, yeah, I'll implement that, or that's not even possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, your personality, Ryan, I would think is the CEO for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And just, hey, this is the vision, this is my ideas, and then having a COO to implement, I think is
well,
a
Brian's
good role.
small enough. I think he can just have an operations manager first.
Oh, no, for sure. I'm just saying, like, big
Long
picture,
term, yeah.
long term.
Yeah,
moving
long term,
forward.
yeah.
Yeah, because, right now, I mean, if you have an operations manager, you can just drop that role in.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Which I would say, Cody does good at operating systems for the most part, but the hard part is the managing
of the people.
people in higher roles.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like teaching roles. Like he's not good. Like if he's never done it, he's not good at building a system out, but he's good
Right.
at running a system that's already there.
Yep,
Yeah,
that makes
sense.
a lot
So
of
like
sense.
HR, where we struggled a lot.
Uh-huh.
Like if I asked him to create out her job duties, I could do that.
Yeah.
He could not do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes a
But
lot
he
of
could
sense.
make her do it after it's created.
Yep.
So yeah, he'd be just a good like overall like overseer of the operations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I waste a lot of time now doing maintenance, I would say.
Yeah.
Being the mechanic on
Uh-huh.
like keeping things alive.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which isn't good. Long term, I would say.
Long term, it's not.
No.
I agree. Yeah, long term, you need to be in your like
CEO position.
role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that's why I've always been like push growth too, is then you can really hire out those positions, I think. Because
Yeah.
like right now, it's like, it'd be really nice to hire a CEO that could do, well, maybe
A
not
COO.
CEO, but COO that is
Yeah.
that mechanic. But
Yep.
at the same time, we can't really afford a mechanic
Right.
right now.
Right.
Right. Yeah, that's a
Mm.
high paying role.
Yeah.
Yeah, figuring out the like, I kind of want to call it like the order of operations.
Yeah.
Is like something I've never really thought about because is like an operations manager at the same level as an HR?
No,
And then-
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
So like how I would picture would be like you would have a GM who would oversee everything,
Yep.
and then you would have like the. So I'm thinking of it was attraction.
Oh, you're thinking about operations manager.
So like an operations HR something
Mm.
and accounting.
I see what you're saying because the HR is kind of standalone.
Yeah.
The
So,
operations manager.
so they're all
oversees
technically like on the same plane,
Yeah.
but they would have someone above them
a general above them.
directing
That
all of them.
actually
We
makes
need
a lot
that.
of sense.
Mm.
Yeah. So would that be the COO above all of them or the CEO? Because then you'd
I think it would be a GM because the GM would actually have to be involved quite a bit. And then like so I guess they would actually almost be like a COO.
I almost think that's, because Cody's a good, I would say, general manager running the system of AFH and CSL. Like, he's good at that.
Yeah.
But he's not that respected leader that when he walks in that everyone's like, hey, HR, hey, this position, you need to change and we need to do this.
Mm.
And it's like, like that makes sense. Cody's more of the, like, let's get it done type, I would say.
yeah, so he would almost be
Which I
better
guess
in a role of the operations manager overseeing.
unless if you had like the GM and then the GM told like the operations manager, "Hey, I need these systems created."
Yeah,
And
I
then-
see what you're saying, but then
Because then he would just make sure that those systems are like run through.
yeah,
as well.
but then he also has to oversee the other departments too, HR and
As a
anything else.
GM?
As a GM,
Yeah.
yeah,
But he would just be delegating
tasks.
the other
Yeah.
tasks, and just overseeing and making sure they're doing them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah.
Anyways,
There's a lot of shit to the middle
Yeah.
of a company.
yeah, there's. What did we learn? One person should only oversee 3 people or something.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
I think that's a little
I heard that.
off.
I don't even remember where I heard that.
I think it was at Mastermind. Or something.
Yeah. So the best
Directly.
Yeah.
directly. So directly for the best efficiency is one person, or like so a supervisor over 3 people, and so you could have like a manager overseeing 3 supervisors, each of them overseeing 3
Employees.
employees. So you can have a manager overseeing essentially 12 people, but they're only directly dealing with 3.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's just Ryan, your business is just so weird in some aspects. It's only because you have to run 24/7. It makes it hard.
100%.
Yeah.
Which that's why at CSL we're like, that's
Let's
our
do
big
this.
focus now is trying to figure that out.
I like that.
Yeah. For sure. Cool. That's what I got for today.
That's what I got.
Got anything else, Ryan?
Did we kind of clear things up that from Friday a little bit?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I basically said to Shaun, which I texted him, is by focusing on the value, money will come, basically, versus focusing on the money will get you.
Yeah.
But you have to wait till you're at the middle point. You're already making money, starting to grow.
Yeah.
Then focus on value.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like, I mean, you guys had to kind of focus on value at first.
Well, we had to bring value, and we brought value, which brought us money.
Right. And money keeps coming because they all know you bring value to your clients.
Yep.
So.
Cool. Well, hey, guys, check us out on tutorsoflife.com for blogs. Check our YouTube out. Watch our videos.
Tutors of Life.
Tutors of Life on YouTube. If you want a Corvette, let me know. Send us a message. I won't deliver unless you're in Eau Claire.
Ryan, where can they find you?
Ryan Jason Gray on Instagram. That's about it.
There we go.
Okay, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
See ya.
Bye.